Alright, what's up everybody? It's Mike from PC Classic Cars back with another test drive video. Today we are in this 1971 Chevrolet Nova SS 350 automatic aftermarket AC. It's a nice morning here in Texas. We're about 70 degrees. We're in that nice cooler time of fall. It's not so hot every morning, which is nice. I think on a Thursday morning at 8:05 the traffic would be a little bit less, but here we are. Alright, so we have a 1971 Chevrolet Nova SS. It has a non-original 350 which runs great, backed by a turbo 350 3-speed automatic transmission. This one does have a 10-volt rear end, does have a nice little gear in it, so you can cruise at 65, 70 miles an hour without a problem. You're not too terribly wrapped out at 70. Power front disc brakes, power steering, and this one also does have aftermarket AC, and it works really, really well. The drivability of this car is great. It's a nice, tight driving old car. All of the suspension stuff looks like it's been recently replaced. Again, it goes down the road really nice. You do have a little bit of a cross breeze that way this morning, so it is going to go that way a little bit if I let off the steering wheel, but it's a really good driving old car. Let it warm up just a little bit before we get on it. What's really cool about this particular Nova, I love a Nova with buckets, console with the gauges. This one is also optioned with the factory tach. So it's got all the signs that it is a true SS. Again, without an original build sheet or being numbers matching, I can't 100% verify. But this car's got all the signs that it probably was a true SS. Again, drivability is really, really good on this car. It's a nice, tight driving car. Back on the interior, you have a factory-style black interior, buckets, console. Again, you have the tach with your swooping speedometer. Everything's in really, really nice shape. Door panels, dash, seat covers, carpet, the console with the gauges, the back seat, the rear package tray. Everything in here looks like it's been redone at some point. It shows really, really well. Even your factory clock is winding, which is cool. The two items that I have noted is not working on this car is the notorious washer sprayer fluids. The wipers work, but the sprayer fluids aren't doing anything. It very well could be as simple as some lines, the pump is bad. I don't know. I didn't diagnose the washer sprayer fluid issue on it. That would be issue number one. And then issue number two, the rear windows, they will roll up and down, but they do need a little bit of an assistance going up and down. They tend to not want to be as smooth as the front windows, but the front windows roll up and down really, really nice. All your gauges are working again. Your tach is reading, your speedometer's reading. You have good voltage, temperature starting to creep up a little bit, so we're just coming off the cool setting. We've only gone about 2.5 miles or so it'll start creeping up just a little bit. Fuel gauge is working, then it's got great oil pressure. It does have an aftermarket retro style stereo in it, which works. Horn works. The aftermarket heat and AC work really, really well. The air has a good amount of volume and it blows cold. Your wipers also work. Now it's warmed up, we'll kind of get on it a little bit. Not a race car, but it does have good power. Has a nice set of headers, dual exhaust. It's like a Flowmaster style muffler, so it sounds really good going down the road. And I'm going to go ahead and have to pass this Ford Ranger because 40 miles an hour is not going to get it done. Alright, there he goes. Maybe not. I thought we were going to creep up to about 50 miles an hour, and he said no sir. So we're going to cruise about 40 until I can see over this hill, and then we're going to go ahead and go around him. No offense, but if you drive a Ford Ranger and you drive 45 miles an hour in a 60, you are the problem. As far as the exterior goes, this car was originally green with a white top. The repaint is really nice. The silver looks good. The black stripes is nice, or excuse me, are nice. The vinyl top is really, really clean as well. The bumpers, the trim, all that stuff looks like it's been replaced when they redid the car. Again, all your glass is really nice. It's got the 14-inch SS wheels, brand new tires on it. They probably don't have 500 miles. The tires look great. If I have to complain about anything on this car, and if you read my ad, it says amateur restoration on the underneath. Someone completely had this car taken apart on the bottom side. All new lines, all new suspension, and they painted the floors. But unfortunately, their finish work with some of the metal work they did isn't up to my personal standards if I was having it done. There still are some isolated spots where they definitely could have done some things better. But again, the floors are painted. There's no real like rust problems. This is just one of those cars where you need to call me. We can go over the extra images. We obviously have photos of all the imperfections on the top side and the bottom side. If you check out our website, pcclassiccars.com, and go to the additional infos tab, I'll have photos of all the spots on the underneath where, again, they just didn't quite finish it out to the best of their ability. Again, could be repaired and made nicer. There's nothing wrong with it now. It's just the finish work on some of the metal work just isn't what I would have personally done. But it's not like your feet are falling through the floors or anything like that. Just some final work before they painted the floors could have been done better. But it's very, very solid underneath. And this car drives really, really nice. For me personally, with how the floors are painted and how nice the rest of this car is, if the underneath finish work was done a little bit better, I probably would have been asking in the mid-40s on this car. But with some of the stuff that could have been done on the better side or on the underneath, I priced it a little bit cheaper so someone can get some really good value out of this car. And it's great that it has the aftermarket AC. That's always a nice bonus. You're $5,000 now to have aftermarket AC installed if you're paying the shop to do it. If you're doing it yourself, the kits are about $1,800 to $2,200 depending on the options that you get. But then you're going to pay a shop about the same amount of money to install. So having aftermarket AC is already a really nice bonus. Back on the glass, we talked about the rear windows not wanting to roll down all the way, which again, probably a pretty easy fix. But the glass itself, the condition is really nice. The windshield is really clean, no stone chips, no wiper marks. The side glass all looks really clean, just with some minor little imperfections, but the glass itself is all in really nice shape. And this is a really, really good driving Nova. I've driven it a couple times since it came in, but this is probably the longest test drive that I've taken it on, and I'm actually really impressed on how well this car drives. It seems to be very, very ironed out mechanically. Again, that exhaust sounds good. When I'm halfway in the throttle here, you can still have a conversation with the person sitting next to you. Obviously, if you watch our videos, you see that we have a microphone on the back of these cars, so when I'm driving them, we're picking up a lot of the exhaust sound just so y'all can hear what it sounds like. It's probably louder in the video than it is sitting here in the driver's seat. So sometimes they do sound a little bit louder on the videos than they are in person. This car, you have no problem having a conversation with the person sitting next to you, even cruising at 65, 70 miles an hour. You get in the throttle a little bit, you'll hear more of the exhaust, but it's not obnoxious. It's actually a really good combo of hearing the exhaust, but also being able to drive the car and not have a lot of drone. The suspension, again, feels great going down this bumpy road. No weird squeaks, rattles, no weird sounds, and it's actually a really tight driving car going down this bumpy road. So overall feel on this Nova has a lot of really good stuff going for it. Obviously, I wish they cleaned up the underneath a little bit better before they painted it, but the car is real solid. It drives really, really nice. Has a lot of great stuff going for it. Buckets, console, aftermarket AC, power steering, power disc brakes, and the paint quality on the car is really nice. So it's just a good quality Nova for the money. As always, I appreciate y'all stopping in to watch another one of my test drive videos. If there's ever anything else that you want to see, don't hesitate to leave a comment on the YouTube channel. Call or text us directly at 903-820-1019. Check us out at pcclassiccars.com, or we are across all of the social platforms. The handle is going to be PC Classic Cars across all social platforms. and we will see you guys on the next test drive video. Thanks again for stopping in.